Hello, everybody. This is Lauren on the education team here at Tripleseat. And what we have today is a couple tips that we've put together for you on how to improve your guest experience of booking an event with you. And so this is everything from their first inquiry, how easy it is to contact you and submit an inquiry for an event, all the way through confirming and paying for their event. So we use Tripleseat a lot, and we think about how it makes our experience of booking an event as the event manager easier and more efficient. But I always think it's important to, take a look at the other side and how does Tripleseat, how can you use it to improve the way things go for your guests? Because booking an event easily with you and being able to contact you is a way to make sure that you get the business and that someone comes back to you for a repeat event. So that being said, we've put together 5 tips and we're going to go over them here. I'll tell you about the tip, I'll show you what it looks like in Tripleseat, and then I will give you some answers on how to implement these if you are not utilizing any of these and you want to get started. So here's a summary of my 5 tips. So the biggest things are lead form on your website, that's step number 1. Utilizing email templates, sharing the guest portal, and all of our electronic features that we have for contracts like signatures and online payments. So those 5 things are going to make everything from inquiring at the venue all the way through confirming and paying for the event just a lot easier, a lot prettier and more branded, and just a nicer experience and less stressful experience for your contacts. So, okay, step 1 was the lead form. So every account comes with a lead form, and this is like a little widget that you can put on your website so that anyone that's cruising around your own website looking at your space for a possible event can inquire about an event. And I'll show you what it looks like in a minute. But the best thing about it, of course, is that they can inquire online. So picking up the phone to call is just a hassle. A lot of people don't have time for it, or they won't do it. They don't want to call a bunch of places. So just being able to shoot that inquiry out to you online any time of day or night is going to mean that you're just going to get more leads in general. And another thing that's great about that lead form is the second it receives a lead, you can have it send out an automatic message. And that message just says, hey, thanks for your inquiry. We've received your request. We're going to have our event manager reach back out to you. You can customize the message, but something along the lines of, we've gotten your request and we're going to reach right back out to you. And studies show that once people get a response, they stop looking. So, if you call, imagine you're looking to book an event and you call a few places, you're getting voicemails or you're just sending out emails to people and you're not hearing back, you're kind of going to feel like maybe you weren't heard. But once you get something back that says, hey, I've got this, you're going to feel a little bit more at ease, and you're going to say, okay, I know somebody's on it and I don't need to inquire any further. And also, as soon as they submit a lead, they get a link to a little portal where they can view their inquiry. So throughout the planning process, they can see, what they've inquired. They know that you have all the details correct because they can see the date and the time and the guest count and any notes that they've included in their inquiry. So they know that you're on the same page. So that's the lead form on your website. And like I said, every account gets a lead form built out for them. It's just a matter of whether or not you have already put it onto your own website. And it's really easy to do in just a couple of steps. Here's what this looks like. So this is an example of a lead form. So this is a restaurant, Blue Water Restaurant. They've got a tab on their website for private dining, and on that tab is info about booking an event. So their potential customers come on, they fill in their contact info. There's a few other fields you can control, guest count, time of the event, notes, nature of the event, etc. So they put in all their information here, and then that gets sent to you. When they hit submit, it gets sent to you as a lead. So it will show up on your Tripleseat dashboard as a new lead, so everybody on the team can see that. And then also anyone that you've set up to receive lead notifications is going to get an email as well. So that's a lead form. The second thing is email templates. So of course, when you receive a lead, the first thing that you're going to do is reach out to the person and start the conversation off and see what they're looking to do and if you can accommodate it. So I always recommend email templates. Now, what an email template is in Tripleseat is just a message. If it's an email that you're sending out on a regular basis, something along the lines of, yes, we have space, and here's some info about the room, or here's some menus, or no, we don't have space, would you consider another time? So any email that you're sending out on a regular basis, I mean, number one, you don't want to have to type it over and over again. But another thing I like about it is you set it up once. You're not typing it over and over again. You're also able to send it out so much faster from wherever you are. I love email templates because when you're working on a mobile device like your phone, I mean, it's just cumbersome to write an email on a phone no matter what you're doing. So being able to just select your template from a little drop-down list on Tripleseat and just hit respond and have this beautiful email go out with all the information they need, I mean, you're going to be able to get back to people right away. And we know that the early bird gets the worm, so the faster you're getting back to people, they're more likely to go with your venue. So think about some different emails that you send out. Maybe you have 2-3 versions of an email that you send out for different types of events, or for whether or not you have availability for what they requested, and think about setting those up as email templates, which I can show you how to do. Another thing I encourage people to do is include photos and descriptions of the event spaces in those emails. So, your email could just say, yes, we have space, but it's even better if you say, yes, we have space. Here's a picture of our vintage room, and you're showing a couple different layouts of the room, and they can really get a sense of the feel of the space. And then you put in a description as well, like this room can seat 30 people, this room has a TV, it has a private bathroom, and so on. Really allows people to kind of start planning in their mind. And same thing with menus. A great way to make sure that they always have immediate access to your most up-to-date menus is if you have those menus posted on your website, like your event menus, or just your regular dining menu, but more specifically your event menus. If those are on your website, just include in the email template a link to the menus. And that way you can say, here, yes, we're available, here's our space. If you want to go ahead and get started planning, click on this link to see our menus. And now they're a step ahead because they already have menu options. So basically, you made this email template, it takes you 5 minutes to set up, and now you're saving yourself hours of typing out emails, including links and putting in photos. Just make it once as an email template, and within a minute of receiving a lead, whether you're at your venue or not, Saturday, Sunday, during the week, late at night, you've got this awesome response out. And that goes a long way with people. So here's an image of what that would look like. So they've got some text, thanks for your interest, a little bit more information about the rooms that they have available, and then at the bottom you see that hyperlink to the private dining menu options. Third tip is to encourage your guests to visit the guest portal. So as soon as they submit a lead, Tripleseat automatically creates a portal for them where they can see their inquiry. And then once you've converted that inquiry into an event, it becomes the guest portal of all of the event information. So you don't have to do anything special to share this. Every time you send a discussion email out to your contact, at the very bottom of the email, it says view this on your guest portal, and it has a link. So they click on the link and they're taken to this nice page, branded, beautiful page where they have all of their event information, the date, the time, the guest count. They've got your venue information, your contact info up there. They can track all of your discussion emails back and forth, and they can track payments, and then they can pull up anything you sent them, like a contract or a VEO. So it's kind of like a one-stop shop for them to manage their event. And I find that really brings people peace of mind when they know that, they've got a place to go to make sure everything's up to date, and that you have the most up-to-date information, that you have all the details correct. So here's what a guest portal looks like. When they click on the link, you can see the event information over here, restaurant info, the event manager's info. They can tab over. The documents tab will show them any links to contracts, VEOs, invoices, any kind of document that you've shared, discussions. They can follow along the whole email thread, and then payments, they can manage their payments. And we're going to talk a little bit more about payments in a moment. So that's the guest portal. And like I said, you don't have to do anything special. It's just automatically included in the bottom. A link to it is automatically included in the bottom of the email you send, but maybe just letting them know in the body of the email, like, hey, don't forget that you have this place that you can go, this page you can visit that's updated in real time if you want to check on anything or send me a message. Next tip is electronic features on the contract. So Tripleseat has all of these great features that allow your event contacts to confirm their booking, make changes to things, and make payments all online. And this is just a huge time saver for people. People just hate to print nowadays. Printing anything, filling it out, faxing it. I mean, not a lot of people are using fax anymore, or even just having to scan it and email it back to you. It's just a lot of work. So anytime that we're trying to make a sale, we don't want to make more work for the person. We want to make less work. So cutting down on paperwork and little tasks that they have to do in order to book with you makes their life easier and just makes your process easier as well. So my favorite thing is e-signatures. So if you're not utilizing these already, I'll show you what they look like, but it's just a little widget that goes on your contract or your PEO or anything that you're sending off for approval to the contact, and it just allows them to type in their name and sign online. So you send them a proposal or a contract or however you do it, they sign. They don't have to send it. They don't even have to send it back to you. They just sign it right there. You get notified through Tripleseat that a contract has been signed or that a document has been signed. And you can also set up a staff counter signature. So if that's helpful to you too, you can have the contact signature, event signature, and then your manager signature on it as well. Gratuity selectors. This is a really cool feature, especially for corporate clients. If they want to go ahead and say, yep, automatically put on 18% or 20% or whatever it is, you can put a little widget on your contract that will allow them to select a gratuity amount. And there's two ways you can do this. You can offer up percentages that you think they might like typical ones are range anywhere from 16, 18, 20, or 22%. So you can preset those up so they just have a choice. And in addition to that, or just by itself, you can have them type in a custom amount. So maybe they want to leave 21%, or maybe they want to leave $500. They can type in their custom amount, and that can get right automatically added onto the billing of the event. So it goes right on the billing widget. As soon as the client selects it, it can go right in the billing widget, and it gets included in the grand total for the event. Another thing that they don't have to worry about day of, especially if they're paying for the whole thing in advance, you don't have to drop a bill. They don't have to worry about tip. Doesn't matter. They know that the servers are getting 20%, and that just makes things really easy on them. So here's a little image of what it looks like on your end. So the electronic signature comes through. Of course, Tripleseat timestamps it, so you get who signed it, when they signed it. You can see the image of the signature. And keep in mind too, you can revoke signatures if you have to. So maybe you send out a contract for a dinner for 25 people, but you learn later that they're going to up it to 30 people. You might want to have them re-sign the contract because the billing has changed and they've changed a few things around. So you can revoke an electronic signature at any time, and then send them a quick email that says, hey, I've reworked the contract. Can you go ahead and re-sign it? So that's a nice feature about signatures too. Step 5, my favorite thing, accepting online payments. I just think this is so helpful and makes things so easy on your guests. First of all, everybody loves to pay for things online nowadays. It's just really expected. Think about how much people are shopping on Amazon and booking things online and flights and hotels. Why not let them confirm their whole booking with you online? So if to you require a signature and a deposit just to confirm the event, now your contact can confirm the whole event online. And you don't have to have them pay for the whole event online. Some people like to just make a deposit and then have the final balance on a check dropped to them at the end of the night. But that's up to them and you. You can set up whatever arrangement you want. If you want them to just make a deposit, that in itself is great. But you can also have them authorize a card that you can use for future payments on the event. So this helps them speed up the process of booking. If they know that as soon as they sign it and make the deposit that they're confirmed, and you let them do it online and they know they're confirmed, it just makes them feel really good about the event, and they're not wondering if they're confirmed and still looking for other venues. So online payments, of course, like we said, it's expected. Everybody's doing it nowadays. It's so convenient. It's also secure and PCI compliant, and that's a time saver for you. Not only do they not have to print out a credit card authorization form, write in their information, find a way to send it back to you, but now they don't have to worry that that information is just floating around in space on a piece of paper that they handed to you, and it takes the pressure off of you to be PCI compliant. So when a event contact inputs their credit card information, the system stores it, and you'll have access to the last 4 numbers for a reference, but you'll never see the full credit card number, so you don't have to worry about storing the card information in a compliant way. And like we said, either a one-time payment or payments for the future or a final payment on the event can be done, lots of options, and it lets them confirm their booking a lot faster than traditional methods, or especially if you're using like a check payment, for example. This will really cut that time down. And here's what this looks like on a guest portal if you do have the online credit card set up. So all it is a simple account that you set up with one of our processors. We have options for processors, and this can all be done by any admin users on Tripleseat. You can go into your settings in your credit card processing and set up the account really quick. If you need help, we'll of course walk you through it. But once you get that set up, automatically on your guest portal, your clients now have the option to pay for their events online. So say you've created a $500 deposit, they get that little pay now button, or they can say, hey, here's the card info and just, charge my final bill to this at the end of the night. So those are my 5 tips. We do have the support team ready to help out if you want to implement any of this. If you have questions about adding any of those features onto your contract, or you want to know more about online payments, like you want rate information and kind of more in-depth info on that, support team can help. They are just a click away. If you click at the top right corner of your screen where it says help and questions, click that and it takes you to our support portal. Looks like this. Online chat, it will give you an immediate response from an agent, but submitting a help ticket is also an option, and then you can just write us an email that goes to our whole support team, and we'd be glad to help you set any of this up. I hope you guys learned a lot today. So that is our webinar for today. Thanks so much. Have a great afternoon.